Well, hello, YouTube friends, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to all my subscribers. My name is Katie, and I thought I'd catch you up on what's been going on in the last year or so. We've had some major life changes and some exciting things and stressful things going on. So let's get into this video. If you like it, hit the subscribe button, the like button, that hype button that's new, and let's see if we can get this thing into the algorithm. We bought this house in 2020, but only came out on weekends and vacation days because the internet was terrible. Eventually, in 2021, my husband got called back into the office in Uptown Dallas, and he had to resume the terrible commute through DFW. We wanted to try out country life to see if we would like living here full-time once my husband retired. Good news, he is finally retired. I was already retired from teaching. We discovered over the course of 4 years that we absolutely loved the country, but the house wasn't quite big enough. He wanted a bigger bathroom. He wanted a separate closet from mine. I wanted a dining room. And we also thought we'd love a second living area. Well, we moved to our house in the country, this house, after enclosing spaces already under roof and building an addition. We also, in the last year, repaired and sold our house in the suburbs. In fact, we sold our house the last Monday in February, and my husband retired that Friday. The timing was unbelievable and a little too close for comfort. There were certain pieces of furniture that absolutely had to come with us. Others I was okay with letting go. This little washstand was mine as a child, and I needed to find a place for it. Now let's go into the breakfast room, which was part of the original house. The corner cupboard that you see is my absolute favorite piece of furniture. There was not a corner for it in the original floor plan of this house, so we strategized and worked with our contractor to make the opening into that dining room smaller so that the piece would fit in the corner. was the old screen porch. What we discovered after a couple of summers of living here was that the ceiling was not insulated properly, and so it was super hot in the summertime and super cold in the wintertime. And so we were only getting about 2.5 seasons worth of use out of it, and we needed much more than that in order to live here full time. We have replaced all the windows in the house. The original portion only had 6 windows, and so since we were getting all new windows for the addition and the enclosure, we went ahead and replaced every single window. All the doors, exterior and interior, are new as well. The rest of the ceilings in the house are just 8-foot ceilings, and we came from 9-foot ceilings in Arlington, so I wanted to make sure that we kept this room with the interesting ceiling, and I can't remember what this kind is called. I know it's not vaulted, but it's a partial vault, and so I did want to make sure that we got to keep that. And our AC guy was able to run the HVAC to this room and keep the ceiling. The hutch came from our other house, and I knew that this wall would be a perfect place for it because of the taller ceiling. We use this room every single day. It is our primary eating spot. It's also good for puzzles. This house had no flooring when we bought it. It just had stained concrete floors, and we bought flooring for it and had it installed in 2020. We were fortunate with the addition and the enclosure that we were able to get the same flooring, and our flooring guy was able to feather it in so that it all matches. This was a big money saver. Okay, let's go on into the new den. This space was already under roof. It was the old carport. All of this furniture came from our other house. It was in our living room. I slip covered all of this, so I did not want to get rid of it because it was so much work. I thought I'd talk about the process and the timeline of this project. Once we decided that we wanted to live here full time, we began brainstorming about how to add on. A friend of ours owns a company called the Plan Factory. I'll link it below because they do work all over the country. We had him and his wife over for dinner, and we talked through some ideas. That was in September of 2023. After tweaking and adjustments, the plans were ready for contractors in April of 2024. We had some things to do in order to get ready for construction. We had to move a shed which was attached to the old carport. We also had to demo the carport and the screen porch. Then we waited on the plumber to do the rough-in plumbing. There's a shortage of plumbers out here. The concrete was poured in early July of 2024, and by the end of the month, the framing was done. Windows and doors started going in at the very beginning of August. We're in our 60s. My husband didn't want to go into his golden years doing household maintenance, so in addition to the windows and doors, there is a new roof, HVACs, siding, and exterior paint. By the end of October, the house was ready for me to move in. We were just waiting on the tiling in our bathroom to be completed. Bill was already living here to oversee construction since he was the general contractor. You're looking at the old exterior wall. One of my favorite things is the addition of this antique stained glass window, which a friend of mine gave to me and we brought from the other house. To keep the budget in check, we really didn't do much to the kitchen, although it feels different with the pass-through. The pass-through brings in a lot more light. It was really dark in here before. The bigger splurge was the dishwasher and the range, and we hope to add the refrigerator next year. The backsplash is the faux brick paneling that they used to carry at Home Depot. I don't think they carry it anymore. We had to redo the piece behind the new stove. We looked for it online. We couldn't find it, but thankfully we had enough behind the refrigerator that we were able to piece it in. There used to be a hideous microwave hanging there over the stove, but we took that down a couple years ago. really got into making faux pies and breads and muffins and stuff after I watched some YouTube videos. I went with a little apple theme in this corner. I found the little spice tin on eBay. It's by the Raleigh Spice Company. I just think it's so cute. And then I grunged up some faux candles. The next space used to be the laundry room, and where you see the copper hanging, that was the end of the house. That was where the washer and dryer sat. And in the corner by the coffee pot, there was a full-size hot water heater on display. For a while, I disguised it behind a screen, but you could still tell it was there. During the build process, my husband decided that we just needed to go with tankless hot water heater, so the plumbers put that in the attic. I had fun designing the bank of cabinets. We went with stock cabinetry from Lowe's. It was fun deciding whether I wanted like one bank of drawers or if I just wanted all cabinets. And it's where we keep serving pieces, but we also keep coffee stuff and coffee cups and wine glasses and stuff like that, and then tucked the wine fridge under there. And that's where our microwave is. I got the cutest one that I could find. I didn't stain the cabinets at all. All I did was put a light polyacrylic in a satin finish on it just to protect them a little bit, but I liked that they went with the butcher block counters, and then in turn they matched the corner cupboard that you can see in the background. I just put a shelf brackets up and put a little shelf in between the two top ones. My husband added the crown molding in on the top, and then I installed the poles. The countertop was a remnant from a local stone fabricator. And here you can see the other side of the stained glass. I just love how that came out. My husband made this dish dresser for me about 40 years ago. It's a great place for all my ironstone and a few other little pretty things. And now for the new laundry room. All we did was flip the washer and dryer to the new outside wall of the addition. So everything you see now is the addition. I was glad to get a window, and then we went with the 9-pane door so that still it would bring in a lot of light. The shelves mimic what I had done in the other house. When I hung the shelves here, I was kind of feeling homesick for my old house. The French door that you see goes into my little office, but there's also a French door that goes between the new laundry room and the butler's pantry. I don't show that for some reason. Caroline is intently watching a lizard in the wreath. I was going to design cabinetry for this space too, but I was so exhausted by the time the whole design process was over. This cabinet fit fine, and it's a great place to store my majolica and decorate for the seasons. My husband made the little shoe bench for his closet at the other house, and it fit just perfectly right here. It's great for dropping our shoes. Our soil is super sandy, and so it's nice to be able to keep all the sand pretty much corralled to this room. I mean, that's what I hope happens. And now we've come around to our room, which is right off the living area. This room has seen some changes. Unfortunately, the bed has to be in front of the window. We chose this French style bed from Ballard Designs with the cane headboard so that light would filter through. This corner of the bedroom used to be the bathroom. The faux fireplace is where you used to walk into the potty closet. They closed all that up. To the left was a walk-in shower, and to the right was a bathroom vanity and a set of shelves. The old closet was right there where you see the portrait of my husband's grandmother and the armoire. The armoire was one of our first pieces of furniture, and it fit perfectly in this niche. I was amazed the first time I saw it without the closet in the bathroom. The room looks so much bigger. I would have loved having that extra closet, but we really needed every inch of space we could get in our room. Welcome to the new bathroom. It was one of the main reasons why we did this addition. Our bathroom has all the elements we wanted. I wanted the bathtub as the focal point. Bill wanted double vanities and a big shower. The shower is huge. Neither bathroom in this house had windows, so including a window was important to me. We didn't move the potty closet, we just moved the entrance into the potty closet. Keeping the toilet in that spot meant that we didn't have to deal with any septic. The rest of the water in the bathroom is gray water, and it can just go out to the yard according to Texas code. The two doors you see are our wonderful separate closets. One of the great features we put in this house is a pass-through from my closet to my little makeup room, which leads back around to the laundry room. It makes it so easy to take laundry in and out. My little room has multiple functions. It's my vanity, but it's also my craft room and sewing room and exercise room. Wallpaper is back in style. The wallpaper is Lydia in Blue by Magnolia. I think it was their first book that they did, their first collection. I installed this myself after a 40-year break in wallpapering. It was a pain to wallpaper, but it's a little jewel box of a room. New doors and the new window has freshened up this space, but little has changed in this room. freshened up the guest bathroom a few weeks ago. This room had 3 problems. The vanity was ADA approved, and so it was very low. The floor was a red brick tile that needed some sort of sheen. It was very matte, and I never felt like I could get it clean. The tub surround has 1 little chip out of the fiberglass. I have the repair kit to do the repair, but I'm a little intimidated about matching the color. After looking at Pinterest, my husband took on the task of raising the vanity height. He replaced the faucet. The vanity top looked really good still, so we kept that. He also cracked up the tile floor, which only took about 3 hours. Our flooring guy came the next week and installed flooring that we had left over from the additions last year. He was able to feather it into the hall, so we didn't need a transition. A new shower curtain and accessories, and this bathroom was ready to go without any major demo. And here is our new screen porch. We just love it. Well, my friends, that about does it for this video. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. We are so happy here in East Texas. We love the house, our church, and our community. I started this channel to document the process of transitioning into this house. It was nagging at me that I disappeared from my channel while all of the construction was going on. I wanted to at least provide some sort of explanation and closure for where I've been. YouTube is a hard platform to crack into. So many people watch their channels on big screens, and I just don't have the equipment for all of that. I loved making content, but quality content and hitting the algorithm is mind-boggling. I know some of you faithfully watched. I appreciate that so much, and I hope to see you all again soon.